Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today I've got a special one for you. This is all about MASCAR displays. If you guys have never heard of MASCAR displays, here is the business card right here. Taylor Manufacturing LLC, MASCAR displays, the ultimate protection for your diecast collection. There you go. There's some information about them. The website is www.mascardisplays.com. I am going to show you two displays here from MASCAR. Both of these displays were provided to me from Taylor Manufacturing LLC, the maker of MASCAR displays. So thank you guys very much for sponsoring a video and sponsoring me to go ahead and review these cases. So we're going to take a look at them. Pretty interesting stuff these are. I discovered them actually, well, my friend Andrew, who is that van guy, was watching my video about my room and needing space for cars and to display them, and suggested that I check these out. So I went ahead and sent them an email, and they responded right away. Great personalized customer service, by the way, and went ahead and sent me this. So they've been in business over 20 years. Apparently they've sold displays to thousands of customers all over the world. I just now have finally recently heard of them thanks to that van guy. All right, so what are these things? These displays are made of white or black, high impact styrene. They have optional clear snap-on dust covers, which we will get into in a moment, made of a nice clear plastic. There are three types of displays for different types of collectibles. This is the MASCAR Pro, and it's got slots for carded cars, which I'll show you more of how that works in a little bit here. And then we've got the MASCAR Ultima, which is underneath this. This is shown with a dust cover here. And this is a display for your loose collection, and this is definitely the one that I'm interested in since I open pretty much everything. So there you go. They're very economical. They're very inexpensive to ship, mostly because they're made of this lightweight high impact styrene, and they can be nested together in a package, which is cool because it allows them to ship many of them in one small box, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to show you two types. Like I said, the Ultima and the Pro, which is for carded cars. This one's for loose cars. They also have a mock series, which I don't have, but I will show you just here. It's in a picture of this little brochure here. You can see you can store larger scale items in there. These don't necessarily always have to be used for Hot Wheels cars as well. They can be used for any type of collectible that you think would fit and look good in this case. So there you go. So they're easily mounted apparently with drywall screws. I cleared out a spot on my walls. I am going to mount this one. I'm not going to mount the carded one just because I'm not a carded collector. So that's going to probably become a Christmas present. All right, but still pretty cool, and we'll still take a look at it. Just real quickly on pricing for these displays as we talk about them. Both of these displays, and this is shown obviously without the dust cover. I do have a dust cover for it right here. Here's your clear dust cover. It snaps on to the display. So both these displays are the same price. They're $38.95 each with the dust cover. They're $21.45 without the dust cover. And so they're both the same price, and they're not that expensive to ship. I think they're approximately about $13 to ship, and you can get up to like 8 displays for that shipping cost. And if you use this discount code MASCAR, use that checkout code, you can get 10% off. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these one by one. We're going to start with the Pro and then go on to the Ultima. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this Pro Series display. I've just got it sitting on a tote here just for demonstration purposes. Basically, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars. So 11 times 4, I guess, is roughly 44 cars you can fit in this display. That'd be give or take the thickness of the castings. But here it is. So this isn't mounted to the wall or anything. But as you can see, the cars just fit in. These cases are something that have been somewhat popular before. And this was made, but this is kind of a cool take on it, because these displays like this style, basically the the cards fit in. They just slide down these slots, right? But in this particular instance, you can actually take the cars out. I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit here. So we'll zoom in on that that skyline there. So basically what you can do is you can lift them up a little bit, and you can actually, if you lift them up just a little bit, you don't have to take the full stack out. You can pull an entire car out and then put it on the top, or rearrange it. This is going to be tough to do with one hand because I'm kind of holding on to this stuff, but if this was mounted to the wall, this would be a lot easier. So you can actually rearrange the cars in the stack a lot better than you would any other type of display that's similar to this. So basically it's got the ridges on the sides, so you got two sides just like it, and the way that this is designed, this one piece, is so you can actually pull these out and kind of rearrange them. So you can actually, let's see, is pull this one out, and once you get the hang of it, it's a little bit easier, but I could insert it if I wanted to, and again, this is tough to do with one hand. I can insert it right there. Boom. Stack them up. So they're easy to rearrange, and that is a pretty darn cool feature of this display. Again, it does come with an acrylic cover, which I will show you right here, that is labeled top and bottom, so the cover actually will snap onto this thing if it was on the wall. And there you go. Now your diecast is protected from dust. So this is a pretty neat display. For me, it's not something I would really be into, just for the fact that I don't really collect carded cars anymore. Everything's loose, so I'm definitely more interested in the Ultima display. But for you carded collectors that don't have a lot of space, this thing is pretty cool. And then another cool thing that they are working on that may come out next year is the way that these displays will be able to be flipped through like a book. So they're going to have a mounting system for the wall that these would be mounted to back, and you'll be able to flip them through like you were flipping through posters in like a Walmart or something like that, where they have the posters, or I don't even know if they still have that anymore, but either way, so you'd be able to fit tons of cars on a wall that would basically be able to be flipped through like a book. So that is pretty interesting. See, I actually didn't get these back in the way they're supposed to. But yeah. So definitely a cool display. Also would be a good display to use if you sell, or if you go to shows and stuff like that. If you want to display a bunch of cars like vertically like this, you would be able to go ahead and do that, and then be able to grab one out without having to slide out a ton of them. So that's kind of a cool feature there. So definitely cool little display, very economically priced as well. And so that is the MASCAR Pro. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ultima. Okay, so here is the MASCAR Ultima case. I've got it mounted up on the wall. It was very easy to mount. The drop ceiling in this basement is not level, but the case is level, just so you are aware. So I did it based on the instructions, what it said, to put one of the corner screws in first, level it, put the next screw in, and then put the bottom two in. And this is definitely on here good. It is definitely very sturdy. I am pulling on it with a lot of force here, and there's no way that this thing is coming down. So one quick thing about it, it is rows of 5 cars, or basically 5 columns, and there are 13 rows. One of the cool things about it being 5 spaces in a row is this would be a great case actually for car culture series, since those series cars come in generally 5 car series. So that is very, very cool. So of course the reason why I really wanted this, and this was a solution for me possibly, was to store some of my Greenlight collection on the wall that were larger castings. So naturally I want to know what is going to fit in this case, and let's take a look. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, and we're just going to try out some different castings and kind of see how well they fit in here. So let's see here. The first thing I got is, we got this Greenlight wagon. Let's check that out right there. Let's go ahead and put that in. Let me just check where I'm at here. That fits in good. That fits in really good. And we've got the wagon in there. Let's see, the wagon also has a trailer hitch on it, and even with that trailer hitch, that fits in really good. Let's try a taller casting. This is a Johnny Lightning Chevy van. Pop that one in there. Okay, that one works too. Fits in there good. A lot of room in that. A lot of room to spare on that one. Let's try a bigger van from Greenlight. Here's an A-Team van, GMC van. Pop that one in there. Fits really good. Lots of room to spare. So that is pretty awesome. Let's just keep upping the ante here. Chevy van, a Green Machine with a trailer hitch on it, and fits in there very nicely. That is pretty awesome, actually. This is the family vacation. That fits in there well, fits in there good. You think that's going to fit in there? This is a Ford F-150, and let's go ahead and put it in, and it fits. So that's really awesome that you can fit some larger castings in here, like this big truck. Silverado from Smoking the Bandit series with the trailer hitch, and it does not quite fit. So this is kind of where your limit is. That trailer hitch sticks out just enough to where this will not fit in the slot. So that is not going to work. This is a lifted truck, lifted Chevy Silverado with the trailer hitch. Maybe the trailer hitch is going to be high enough for it to fit. Pop it in that same spot. And yeah, it sort of does fit. It angles it out just a little bit, but it does fit in there. This makes me kind of nervous, but yeah, I think it's stable enough that it's not going to fall out. This one's really awesome. This Chevy, this was given to me from a Heavy Metal 164. This thing is sweet. It's a really long truck, very, very long truck, and it fits in there. Just barely fits, but it does fit. So that is fantastic. Let's try some more here. An Auto World Cadillac. Got to check that out. And that is pretty sweet. So that one fits right in there. That's one of the longest castings that I have. Here's another long one. Here's a Firebird from Racing Champions. Another long casting. Not quite as long as the Cadillac. It's got a lot of room to move in there. That is pretty awesome. Let's try, this is it's an Erdl, technically, Erdl American Muscle Dodge Daytona. That fits with room to spare. How about that one? Let's try that Dodge Daytona. Super Treasure Hunt. That fits with plenty of room to spare. Greenlight Dodge Daytona. And that fits right in there. So I'm pretty much sold on this case, and the majority of the reason is because it fits these larger castings. Let's try this big boy. This is a Jada. So this is a Jada Toys 40 Econoline, and it fits. That is really cool. So that fits. Let's see, here's another Jada car. Pop that one in. That one fits. You get the idea, right? So it is fitting some pretty large castings. That's pretty awesome. It does have its limits. This guy is your, what was the name of this truck? I keep forgetting. That military half-ton 4x4 from Greenlight. This will not fit. This thing is just way too tall. Let's see here. Let's check out this one. This is the Long Gone from Hot Wheels. This one, it fits. Lengthwise it fits, but it's a little tall, so it kind of hits the top of the case in there and doesn't seem to allow you to insert it into the slot 100%, which might be, I mean, I think it will still stay in there, and I think it's still going to be sturdy. Let's try a drag bus here up top. And again, that hits the top of the case, so you can't put it in all the way, and the rear end of it kind of sticks out. You'd have to display it like that with a little bit of the wheels over the edge. That would make me nervous. So other than that, pretty cool. Like I said, so you could fit 65 cars in here, or 13 car culture series, which, if that's what you wanted to use the case for, That's not a horrible idea. That would be actually a pretty good idea. I'm going to use it for mostly Greenlight, I think, is what I'm going to be putting in this case. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up the case with what I want in there. I should have enough cars. So I'm going to fill up the case with what I want in the case, and then I'm going to put the dust cover on it, and then I will show you it again. Alright, so here we go. I've got the case full of some cool Greenlight cars. These are all Greenlight. I got the dust cover on it. Now, not all of these would not fit in the Plano cases that I've got, but a lot of them would not fit in the Plano cases, including the Chevy vans. On the bottom here, the GMC one barely fits. The Dodge one does fit. But those wagons don't fit with the trailer hitch. Those trucks don't fit. A bunch of this stuff up here does not fit in the Plano cases I have. So I am gonna, the verdict is in on this one. I definitely dig this case. It is, you know, it feels a little bit flimsy, I have to say. But once it's on the wall and it's full of cars, I don't think there's much wrong with it. I actually quite like it. I ended up putting this thing a little too close to the ceiling. That's one thing you got to kind of watch, is since I put this really close to the ceiling, it's not easy to take the cover on and off because it's kind of pinched up in my like drop ceiling area. So I'm not going to pull it off while I'm on camera. Although now that I've got, I don't know if I really would buy these with dust covers on them or if I would just not. My basement area, it doesn't really have a dust problem because people don't generally come down here, and it's shut off from my HVAC unit. So essentially not a lot of dust gets in this room, which is why these Plano cases usually suffice for the majority of cars and not collecting dust. So I don't know if I'd order these if I get more, and I probably will get more. Definitely probably going to get more for these, just for the main selling point is that they fit the larger castings, and I'm always in need of stuff that fits larger castings. So and as I get rid of carded stuff, maybe I'll have a line of these filling this side of the wall. That is definitely a possibility. I don't know if I'm going to get them with dust covers or not. That's something to debate on. The dust cover is nice because it does give you peace of mind that there is no dust that's going to get inside of the collection, but these things are quite a bit cheaper without them. So, I don't know. That's a good question. All right, but verdict is in. I like these cases quite a bit. I think they are nice. They're definitely more economical than any other case you can buy. They are a fraction of the cost of Carney cases, which I have 3 of. Plano cases are still by far the cheapest option. However, they are very limited as far as what you can actually fit in a Plano. And of course, they don't come with a clear cover. So if you're worried about dust getting in, that might be an issue for you. This might be the answer for you. It's economical, it's affordable, it fits a variety of large castings, and it's probably the cheapest per parking space out there in a ready-made to go, made for 1/64 scale die-cast case. So those are my thoughts. Again, check out MASCAR.com for more information, or MASCARdisplays.com rather, for more information. I will put a link in the description of this video. If you have any questions about the display, please ask in the comments down below. I will definitely do my best to answer them. And thanks again to MASCAR Displays for hooking me up with a couple of cases to show you on the channel. And it's just great that I actually got to try one out now before I think about purchasing more, because I definitely need more space. I've got an entire mess. I've got like just a huge mess of loose cars, and a lot of these don't fit in the Plano cases, and definitely am always going to be in need of more loose car space. And I did purposely leave a gap over here so I could hang a couple of carded things. Why not? So, oh, and if you want to know measurements, these are about 20 inches wide, and I think they were about 26 inches long. I didn't write it down. I apologize. I'll put the dimensions in the description of the video. And that's going to be it for this gun, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative for you and helped you decide on whether or not these are the cases that are right for you. Again, thanks to MASCARdisplays.com for setting me up with these. And you all have a great evening. Thank you.